Hello, good afternoon. This is Trans Radical Rational, and this is your host, MX Martha. And then like normally there'd be like a like doom 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 time sound, but like I'm not on that level yet of YouTubing to even do that. So one things first I did was just like sign it off, and that was like my goal. That wasn't really a goal, but like I think it works. And then next time I'll do it, especially since I got the name wrong again in the opening, and I'm too much of a klutz editing in order to fix that. So there you go. This is Trans Radical Rational with MX Martha. I like the MX for now because then the next step is would be what I'm telling people is Mix Martha or Miss Martha. I think Ms. or something like that. MXZZ would be like super cool. Might go with that. Ms. or something like that. Yeah. Force like the vibration of the sound to go that way. Like zzz, like a buzz, so I can hear like the buzz first before the name happens, so I know people are talking to me. That's the next step in language. The next step in language is getting a sound, I think, before the word, and it will broaden our abilities as humans to like communicate on another level. Yeah, I'm with it. So that's where I'm at. I'm in the office again. Like the room is dark. It's cloudy outside. Like, and it had me sitting here thinking that like I guess like today was a difficult day because I had to go to there was this press conference going on about the opening of an LGBT center, and I didn't end up making it, which is unfortunate. But let me start how today excuses. Let me give an excuse to how to start the day. I woke up and I woke up early and like I was going to force myself to like I was just in bed. I wanted because it's my day off, and but like it's stuff like this where I need to go, where I need to be present. So and it wasn't mandatory by any means, but it was mandatory to me. I set forth that goal. So like I wake up and hormones are just kicking my ass, like because it's like I feel like everything is showing everything, like, in terms of, upper region. And it might just be in my head, but I felt the same way yesterday. And, which means things are progressing, but like, and things will progress at a rate, like, and that's all I kept thinking. I was like, you know what you signed up for. You knew what you signed up for. This is it. It's called feminizing hormones. So like, that like, things are going to change in a more feminine way. So I guess like I was more so like caught off guard by it because like I was like, all right, I've been handling the changes well up until today, and today wasn't even like a work day, but it was a work day, like second, like a Martha work day, which I say like so it's like part time, it's like Martha work day and a dead name work day. So like dead name work day was off. It's time for Martha work day, and Ms. Martha like just sorry, how you doing?
Sorry, Martha.
That's cool.
You should have some lights.
No, like that's what like honestly I was like actually like recording it about is that like how like I wanted to go to the and do you mind because I'm actually gonna put this like keep this all in this like
Want it dark? You want it dark?
No. So like here was my dilemma, right? And like I'm still recording, right? So like my dilemma was that like I woke up, wanted to go to this Queens consortium like LGBT opening. Like I was like, all right, I wanted to go. I woke up, but then I was just like, all right, I felt that like hormones were just kicking my ass, like I just couldn't.
Was that September?
Yeah, 17th today. No, yeah.
Today.
Today's the 17th.
That has been rescheduled.
Oh, okay, cool. Because when I called, like they said, and I was like forcibly late. It's a long story to like why I was gonna be late, and then like I called and asked like, did it go on yet? And the person had no idea, so I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
It's been rescheduled. Yeah, they did that to us. Was that last week? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry we didn't tell you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it gives me like a second opportunity to go.
Yeah, I don't know when it's gonna be.
Well, I mean, but it was good that that occurred because it forced me to like sort of figure out how to be professional in like a way that I'm comfortable in a Martha sense for how like I'm developing as a, you know, I guess as Martha in this role and like in life, you know, it gave me like it's forced this opportunity where it was just like, all right, it's easy to be, I guess, trans in the nighttime. That's why like I started off with like the lights off in the room.
Oh,
That,
want to
like,
turn them off?
no. It's
I didn't even see you when I came in. I was sort of evaluating the space there to see if it can fit more stuff.
okay.
Anyway, it's not important.
Yeah, it's always important. All right, but yeah, so that was where I was at, where I was just like, all right, you know, it's easy to be trans in the nighttime, and then like daytime, it's like, you know, being able to like go there, and it's like being comfortable, like sort of like as a representative of the transgender community of like this Pride Center of Brooklyn, you know, which is, you know, it's like interborough, you know, like dynamic, so it's like, which is like really cool. It's really cool. So it's like I had to like cultivate what style am I comfortable going in, like to that I'll still be comfortable myself, and I feel like that's the most important. Like, so I was like, I got the shirt and tie. I was just like, this is the first time going back into like shirt and tie, but then it was like I still felt comfortable, still felt me in the shirt and tie, you know, which was like big deal.
Yeah, you know, I've been talking to a lot of people around here that it's really important that we find ways to be 100% authentic, 100% ourselves.
Yeah.
And it might take you a while before you find out what that looks like.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No, didn't interrupt at all.
All right. So last thing before, like, you know, I don't run you off or anything like that, but I do have a question about the symbol, like
That?
yeah, like it's so it's very unique, right? It's please describe it.
You want me to describe it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll just be here just relaxing.
Well,
I can't describe it better than you if you describe it.
I would say to you that the symbol means whatever you think it means.
Okay. So this is the symbol right here. It's like it's the pride flag, right? But it's not the pride flag, right? To say to me, all right. So what I see here is the intersectionalities that go on in the flag. So it's like seeing what was at first represented as primarily the gay flag, but like as like time has gone on, realized that so many people identify with the fact that like gay pride has like, you know, been able to open up these doors, but they're like, hey, but you know, we're not gay. You know, like that's not, you know, that's not our thing. But we still identify with the freedom that like it has like pushed through the kick through the doors because it had to start somewhere. It's that liberty, that first initial liberty. But because now it's taken like such a stronghold as an identification, it's time for another identification that can interweave everyone that feels this way. So like I see blue, you know, like blue is a part of the bisexual flag. Blue is a part of the transgender flag. Blue is a part of shoot, there's probably more. There's like a lot. I went on like a Google binge about like flags and all that like recently. So like there was, let's see, one of the coolest flags I ever saw was the bear flag. It was the mass bear flag. It was like brown and then black in the middle and then like all the spectrums in between with the bear paw like at the left corner. That was like the illest flag I've seen. And it was just like, all right, so then you have yellow, which is part of, there's green and yellow, which is, let's see. I don't want to mess up and everything. And I'm such a crap editor. I'm not going to be able to edit that. But yeah, there's yellow and green. But yeah, all the intersectionalities. Let's talk about my intersectionalities as African American, trans. I guess mask. I don't know. Like goes on like however I see fit to like yeah.
Just like I'm Floyd. just like beige is beige. And Martha, just like that symbol is whatever people think it means. And interesting, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but interestingly enough, if you Google the colors of the LGBTQ plus flag, the colors are about qualities of being.
These are qualities of being. What does that mean?
Like sensuality, like courage, and other things. I don't know if courage is in there, but if you Google the original meaning behind the colors of the flag, they weren't meant to be identity related at all, but more human related. And I'll just sort of leave it at that and let you continue your exploration. And I think that I could not have described the symbol more beautifully than you have done.
I didn't bet to it.
Well, the only thing I say about that symbol is that I think that we intend it to mean to represent everyone who is non-cisgender binary.
Okay.
If you are non-cisgender binary, or if you are non-cisgender, non-binary, this is for you. Or I shouldn't say non-cisgender. What I should say is if you are non-heterosexual, non-binary, this is for you. Because there are some cisgender people who are gay.
True.
So we want to make sure that we include them. So essentially, if anyone identifies as anything other than a straight cisgender person, this is your symbol.
Okay. Can I say where it comes from? Where the flag comes from?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Pride Center. Yeah, said it
We
right.
didn't invent the flag.
Okay.
We didn't invent the LGBT flag. That was invented by Gilbert. It's escaping me. I'm having a senior moment. But the origin of the flag, where LGBTQ plus use is, his name will come back. He just passed away, and I think it goes back even further than that.
Yeah.
In terms of the civil rights movement. So I think the history of the colors of the flag itself, go way back. And they don't have the meaning that people often think that the colors mean. Yeah, check it out, Google.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have research. See, that's what's good. If you leave with like homework to do, like at the end of the day, like yeah, that's how you strengthen yourself and strengthen everyone around you. Because then you'll know. Then I'll know, and then I'll be able to like share that information with.
Knowledge is strength. Understanding is freedom.
Knowledge is strength. Understanding is freedom. Thank you.
You're welcome, Martha. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day. So, today was LGBT opening. I'm not gonna say location, but it was like in the city. And what's it called? Oh yeah, basically, because I just basically said where I was, center was and all that. So. It was going to be with this press conference. It was going to be, I can't remember the names of the politicians. And this is like, excuse me for being like so disorganized, but that's why I do this, to keep it so I don't have to be organized. So I can just honestly just vent in this forum. So there was that going on today, and like I couldn't figure out like what to wear, how to, which I don't know if it's important, I guess, but it's a way that I want to close the door. Like I don't know, should I close the door? This is like next steps and like my transition is like determining like what becomes like how I feel versus how it needs to be like presented, because you just can't straight up be a punk. You can't be a punk. It's like it's only your life. that you're living. And if you're a punk in like life, then people are just gonna like run you as a punk. And that's the radicalism, I guess, of the trans radical. And the rational is this is an office, so it's like me like just like talking outside and doors open. But then it's like the hope that like the trans individual comes in that they'll hear like this sort of diatribe. But yeah, back to like the main story. I'm already like 15 minutes into this. So I was like, all right, I couldn't figure out how I'm gonna go, and I just like slept like because this was like regular work day, off day, and I was like, you know what, I could just like sleep away, and I had a good sleep. I was able to wake up on time, wake up with plenty of time to work out. But then I just felt this work, like hormones just kicking my ass, like excuse my language, where like it's that moment where like things are progressing in the way that you want. You see your body as the way you want, but you're not completely there yet. So it's like going through the world and seeing like the weird like, either looks or judgment eyes and trying to fight through it. And then some days you just get tired of fighting. Especially yesterday. Yesterday I felt like I fought a lot. I was productive yesterday. Like still play basketball just because I just want to like be able to make some like bets on the side. Like all right, you think you're better than me? Put $50 and I win, and just to keep the skill going on. And plus, I like playing basketball. I feel like that's my right as a trans individual. So like I went through all that yesterday, only to go to like regular work still feeling like dysphoric and all that in the same way. So I wake up the next day, things are even more, and that's what they say. That's what, which ironically is one of the warnings of hormones is that like, you're not going to be able to like things might progress in the way you want it, but then like, is your life ready according? And the times when it's like not according, it can be an inconvenience, especially when you want to be, I guess, presenting your cis way as a comfortness, but then it's like you're only holding yourself back, So like that's where I got to at like about 12, like noon, and woke up, was able to like go. Mom hit me up and was like, gave me some like just well wishes. I didn't even talk to her about it, but like just hit me up randomly, and like that woke me up. And I looked at Google Maps and was like, oh, it's not that far, and I can still get dressed and like ready to go. And like I found something where I was just comfortable, comfortable as me. And it was like a shirt and tie, but underneath is it's me. I'm just taking as far as that, just because I'm not there yet. Discussing my personal, too personal, but let's just say that I was able to like figure out like how to be myself, their self, I guess, and that was like powerful because, like normally the shirt and tie for me represents just like constriction, it's just like being told what you can't do. But then, you decide to like, push forward despite all your inherent like tribulations and trials, and you're like, all right, you know what, I can do this, I can actually like thrive. So I'm on my way to the train station, and some person randomly stops me and it's just like, hey, yeah, so you Thursday, like, you promised to coach my son, and people see me like play basketball like all the time, so I just assumed like, and like a lot of times I would just coach like on the side, give advice, but like I was just like I had no idea what this person was talking about because I know on my Thursday schedules that's just not a possibility, that's just impossible. So I'm like, maybe you're talking about somebody else. The person's like, no, it's you. Like, you was there, and like said that, and I was just like, no, I haven't like given out like my number or anything to anybody in like the longest, and like definitely not basketball related. And the person was like, yeah, you promised to coach my son like in basketball. And I was just like, I felt weird because I'm like, all right, feeling in like Martha mode, feeling all this like, this feel of like, this euphoric feel going through. And this person's like, randomly showing me kindness where it's just like, yeah, like, saying that like, that I feel like someone that probably looked like me, like promised to coach the child and they wanted to make sure that I was going to be there. And like, that was like super cool, like empowering. And I was just like, but like, cause I was like, no, that just wasn't me. Thank you. That just wasn't me. Like, and we spent like probably like 15 minutes there discussing that, like, and caused me to miss the train. And once I missed the train, like, I just couldn't, like, I didn't get there on time. And, or actually, no, like, I didn't even go. Like, once I missed the train, like, it took so long for the next train to go, it was going to give me 10 minutes to get 30 minutes down there. So I called, and obviously, you can see from, like, the way, like, I now open the voice, the door is just closed now. So, like, I can talk freely, I feel. Which is basically all right. So the way I felt, I guess, more in tune with myself, I guess, was so before I had been like running and training with like a sports bra. It was like super gender euphoric, like even though it's not like crazy there or anything like that, but it was like the feel of like actually like it's when actually I feel like the most comfortable in athletics, and that is an athletic symbol of femininity that puts me at a comfort mode. I feel good. I feel like I look good, and it gives me comfort having muscles. Like it's okay. Like that's like the scenario where it's okay to have muscles wearing a sports bra. And so like, but like everything like smelled because I've been like working out, been going about like business, like working out basically. And like, I've been doing really good. Like I've gotten really, really good in basketball, really in shape. Like I've been doing so well. And then like today, like I just like, it's like they all smelled. I needed washing and like wasn't going to be able to like wash them. And it just set me back where I was just like, that's just another thing. But took one that like I'm pretty sure took a t-shirt bra, which actually like pretty sure doesn't like smell probably the best. But was like, all right, putting this under like the shirt and tie, had some slacks that like were different from like I was worried I was gonna have my jeans, but I feel like jeans is too tight for the shirt and jeans combo that like I'm just basically like tucking in. So it's basically like I'm wearing, basically shirt, shoes. Couldn't wear sneakers, and no, I wore sneakers actually because I didn't feel like wearing shoes. Like, and I always feel that is interesting, based on like my habits today, where like I'm like, all right, now it's time to like dial it down, loosen up. Like, it's really difficult for me to like stay like proper as a suit and like tie wear because it's just so uncomfortable. Like I feel like I have to like loosen it up. My ties have to be like, different pattern or something. My socks have to be. I looked at my socks. The socks were different, but I loved it. Actually, they're not, but like what shows is different because I feel like because it's twisted around, so it's patterned, but it's twisted different. So it's the same socks, but it's just shows different, especially for the way. However, like my feet are positioned, for instance, like left, right, dynamic. And I just wear sneakers because I gotta keep it dressed down because I just don't feel comfortable like suit blazer unless it's cut like feminine way. I don't feel like I would be. So like wearing a t-shirt, bro, like wearing, I still got my nail polish, like retwisted some of my dreads, like, shaved. I was like I got all this like ready by the time like to go, like especially after like not wanting to go, like not wanting to go, I wanted to go, but like being afraid to go because it'd be like taking yourself out of the dark and putting yourself in the light. And dark time Martha is like super cool, but then daytime Martha needs to like find out what's their coolness. And it's like I went there, I was gonna go there with every intention of being like, yeah, like my name's not a dead name. It's, you know, I thought someone was knocking out the cup. It's Martha, MX Martha. If I wanted to be cool, as of now, maybe Ms. Martha, you know, which is cool in like a teacherly sort of way, which, you know, would be awesome and very affirming, you know, to do that. So like, you know, and as you can see, like what it's like, you know, when you take yourself out of the dark. The light switch came on, and like I was totally unprepared for that. But that's how I was gonna basically go with it. But then, like, you know, when the light is sort of shown on you, and at a time when like you're least expecting it, and like this, like I was least expecting it. Like, I mean, I knew for a bit that like that was existing. Like this event was gonna happen. But then like when the day of, like, and usually like when it leads up to the day, I start getting nervous. I fall into bad habits. But like I was able to find a way to resolve because the light had to come on. Like I couldn't not go. And as a final day, it was canceled, which is super cool because then I missed nothing, but gained a lot because I still came here, and even that's like because it's part of the battle, you know, like, you know, like, you know, something just got canceled or you find out like, it's not happening. Because I set up, you know, like I go to the train, miss it, give them a call, and they're like, and then I was like, all right, it's time. What am I gonna do? Like I'm up early, like it's noon time. What am I gonna do? It's time to, you know, I don't know if it's like time to be, you know, proactive. Like I was able to return, I think like almost all. I kept one book that I'm pretty sure is late, but like I really wanted to read it. So like I'm gonna give it another shot. Like I'm falling back from reading as ferociously as I was doing when I started this position. I don't know when I'm going to be able to like find the time, and that's just the way things go. Like, and times just change for you and what becomes priority. Like when I was reading, I wasn't playing basketball very much. Now that like, is it time to read, or will it be when the weather like starts to pick back up as wintry, too cold to go outside? So who knows? But like I know I didn't like. I worked out a little bit actually. I took a handball and like just basically drilled it like around, like, and I probably looked goofy because like if you're sitting in a car and you look at the park and you don't see a basketball in someone's hand, you just see them like flailing their like hands like up and down, and you're like, what's going on? Probably it was quite a sight. But at a handball, I was like dribbling, not looking at the handball, because it's like if you can dribble a handball, then you can dribble a basketball. And that goes into like my, I suppose, like trans dreams of like being able to be like this athlete, but like doing this like wild trans, you know. And you know, I'll still go for the NBA if I can ball, like if I can. If not, then I'll just make some money on the side, like a couple of games, like. And it's like if I got a skill, like I'll market it the best I can, make the most of it. And it's a skill. It's a skill. People respect you if you can. If you can do something that like not everyone can do. People just do, like, especially if it's something they want to do. So I'm always like an advocate for like picking up a skill, no matter how mundane like it might seem. It's important to you, and you can do it. Other people can't. They'll respect you for it, and if they don't, like, shoot, someone will respect you for it in some type of way. They'll be like, all right, you're terrible, but you're you. Like I remember there was this person that like so for a while like was just so into dance and just couldn't dance like in actual like in theory, like it was very like all over the place. But you had to give that person respect for like their will, their dedication, and they didn't care. Like they would do this outside And people like laugh, like, what is that? What are they doing? And like, I just couldn't like, I just had to sit there just like in awe, like, yo, this person is just doesn't care or thinks that little of us that like they're willing to like dance their heart away, like to their content in front of all of us, despite all. So like, who's really the boss? Us or them or that person? Not them, us or them, but us or that person. We're watching that person dance. We're making judgments. We have an opinion. That person is forcing us to have an opinion, and all they're doing is just dancing. So there's that. So like, there was that today, and honestly, like with the extra, like the participant that like on this like Shantytown channel that like I don't know what I mean. Like I'm just, all I can do is just post it, and I hope they'll like ask like what was it for, and then I see there's like no viewers or anything like that. But like honestly, that was cool. That was cool, and like I'm glad like I experienced it, stepping into the light or having the light step over you and still be you. So that's 30 minutes. I'm gonna go. I still got more to my day as Ms. Martha. I was gonna say peace, but see you later. See you later. Like at the button sign. Let's stop at the stop sign. At the stop taking video sign.